people. So I've done the full paper for the Edexcel GCSE Higher Paper 1. I'll go through the solutions. I don't have the questions on me, but I'll go through all the solutions for each question. Hopefully you can recover the memory from the paper. So the first question was an inequality. 7x minus 27 was less than 8. So 7x is less than 8 plus 27. 7x less than 35. So x is less than 5. 124 as prime factors. So that would be 2 times 2 times 31 if you did the factor tree. Question 3. Okay, so we got total parts in the ratio 3 plus 7, 10. So one part is 160 over 10, which is 16. So number of cars is 16 times 3, which is 48. So number of electric cars was 1/8 of the 48, which is 6. Number of diesel cars will be 25% of the 48, which is 12. So therefore number of petrol cars will be 48 take away 6 take away 12, which is 30. Question 4. So 1.63 times 10 to the minus 3 is 0.00163. 438,000 will be 4.38 times 10 to the 5. So 4 times 10 to the 3 times 6 times 10 to the minus 5. So what I did is I multiplied 4 and the 6 to give it 24. And 10 to the 3 times 10 to the minus 5, 10 to the minus 2. And then I broke 24 into 2.4 times 10 to the 1, which is 2.4 times 10 to the minus 1. Okay, so the exterior angle for a regular hexagon is 360 divided by 6, which is 60. And exterior angle for a regular pentagon is 360 by 5, which is 72. So interior angle of a regular hexagon is 180 minus 60, which is 120. And interior angle of a regular polygon is 180 minus 72 is 108. So x is 360 take away 120 take away 108, which is 132. So question 6 is quite straightforward. You just complete the table for the equation. So I put minus 1, 2, 3 and 4. You got those values, and then I sketched the graph. I plotted it actually. And then when the equation is equal to 0, you can see the graph is roughly about 0.4 and 2.6. It's roughly, so you could have a little margin of error there. Question 7. So volume of A is 3 cube, which is 27. Volume of B is 4 cube, which is 48. So density of A is mass over volume, which is 81 over 27, which is 3 exactly. Density of B is 128 over 64, which is 2. So density A to density B is 3 to 2 ratio. Okay, this is a very easy question. It's just a mean, so I just did the midpoint x column and then fx column. I added the fx and the f, divided it, and the mean snow height is 19 centimeters. So let's go to question 9. So surface area of small cube is 5 times 4 squared, because there's only 5 sides, because one of them is covering the other cuboid. So that's 80 centimeters squared. Now for the surface area of the cuboid, so you got one surface of 7 times 6, which is at the bottom, and then 2 times 5 times 6, 2 times 7 times 5, and then the top one, so you got the 7 times 6, take away the surface area of one of the cube faces, which is 4 times 4. And when you work out all that, you get 198 centimeters squared. So the total surface area would be 198 plus the 80, which is 278. Question 10. So cumulative frequency, you just add the columns as you go. So 10, 25, 50, 80, 85, 100. And draw the cumulative frequency curve. So this is obviously a nice rough diagram, but you should do it accurately in the exam. And it's roughly about 37-38 days. Okay, I just roughly estimated it on the graph. And the interquartile range is about 90 to 95. I'll put 92. Just make sure you write the lines clearly. Question 11. So probability of a line is 9 over the total parts, which is 9 plus 4 plus x, which is 9 over 13 plus x. So 9 over 13 plus x has to equal to 3 over 7. I cross multiplied, solve the equation, I get x equals to 8. Question 12 is a recurring decimal question. So let x equals to 0.117 recurring at the end. So 10x is 1.17 recurring. 1000x is 117.17 recurring. So I just did 2 take away 1, I just set it up like simultaneous. So this 990x equals 116. So 116 over 990 equals 58 over 495. This is an interesting question. So what I did, I just labeled the sides 2a, 2b, and 2c. So I used Pythagoras to get 4a squared equals to 4b squared plus 4c squared. That simplifies to a squared plus b squared. A squared equals to b squared plus c squared if you divide everything by 4. Now area of semicircle A, now remember, if that length is 2a, then the radius would be a. So it's pi a squared. And similarly for b, pi b squared, and c is pi c squared. Now we can write the area of semicircle A, pi a squared, is equal to pi bracket b squared plus c squared, because a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared from the Pythagoras. And then you just open the bracket, so pi b squared plus pi c squared. So therefore area A is equal to area B plus area C. You just have to set it up nicely and just show it clearly. Okay. Question 14. So this was like working out a gradient on a graph. So just draw a tangent line at t equals to 2. Just a rough line. Okay, this is again an estimate. So at t equals to 2, the point is 2, 2.8. If you draw the tangent line, it meets the y-axis around 0.8, so that point is 0, 0.8. So what I did is I did the gradient calculation, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is 2.8 minus 0.8 over 2 minus 0, which works out to be 2 over 2, which is 1. And area under the graph, speed time graph, is distance traveled. So question 15 is a vector question. So we got AB and AC. So AC, you can see, if you factorize 5 out, it'd be 5 times 3a plus 4b, which is 5 times AB, which tells you AC is parallel to AB and have point A in common. So if they have a common point and parallel, then they must be the same line. So ABC lie on a straight line. And then we got the second part of the vector question, DE and EF. So we're going to work out DF first. DF equals DE plus EF. So when you add it all up, you get minus 7.5 E minus 15 F. If you factorize minus 7.5, you get E plus 2F. So DE is equal to 3 bracket E plus 2F. We already got DF. So the length ratio, so you can ignore the negative when it's a length. So length ratio is 7.5 to 3, which is roughly 5 to 2 if you simplify by 1.5. Okay, now this is a nice question. Okay, this involves tree diagrams and a little bit of algebra. So I drew a tree diagram, so we don't know the probability of passing the practical test. I called it X, you can see. So failing is 1 minus X. So you've got to do it for both branches. So probability of passing only one test is probability of pass and a fail, or probability of fail and a pass. So I just put those values in and simplified it, and it works out to be 0.78. If you don't understand it, just pause the video and go through each step clearly. You'll see what I've done. Okay. Question 17. So y is proportional to square root of t. That means y is equal to k root t. And we also know when y is 15, t is 9. So you put that in and you get k equals to 5. So y is equal to 5 root t. T is proportional, inversely proportional to x cubed. So that means k over x cubed. And when t equals to 8, x is equal to 2. So you work that out, k is equal to 64. So that means t is equal to 64 over x cubed. So I labeled the first equation 1, second equation 2. So if you sub 2 into 1, you get y equals to 5 square root of 64 over x cubed, which is same as 5 times 8 over x to the 3 over 2, which is same as 40 over x to the 3 over 2. Okay, I mean, this question is just a simple question. You just have to follow your steps clearly and keep the bit maths going clearly and fractional operations going clearly. So I converted all the fractions into improper first. So this is 49 over 9 to the minus half, and this one's 14 over 3. So minus half, you can get rid of the minus by flipping the fraction to 9 over 49 times 14 over 3 and 1/8 at the bottom. So it becomes 3 7 times 14 over 3. I cancel the 3 and the 3 and 7 and the 14. So you get 2 over 1 over 1 over 8, which is 2 over 1 times 8 over 1, and that's 16. Okay, simple fractions, guys. Okay, this is technically a year 7 question. Okay, now this is a nice algebra question. So we got 1 over